Hi, hello Taurus. Thank you so much for joining us for your weekly reading for the week of May 31st to June 6th. We're going to be pulling 6 cards here to kind of get an idea of where your week is heading. And if this resonates with you, if it doesn't totally resonate with you, it's a general reading. But if it does kind of resonate with you, check out your moon and rising videos as well. So we're going to pull 6 cards here. For Taurus, our first card is going to be where you're coming from. So kind of like the pathway that you've been walking down. Our next card here, the second one, is going to be where you're heading, so like where this pathway is going. Here in the middle section, we're going to pull 2 cards, one on top, one on the bottom. The top card is going to be any problems that you should be anticipating this week, and then our bottom card is going to be a solution to those problems. Here towards the end of the reading, on our 5th card, we have any guidance that you need right now. This could be a person, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a person. And our final card is going to be your outcome, where you're heading. So Taurus, let's see what you have going on for the week, for the first week of June here. So our first card, where you're heading from, we have the 8 of Swords card. So you're definitely heading from, you had some kind of a little bit of trauma in the recent past. We have like the 8 of Swords card here with like this kind of blockage, this blindfold, and they're in a pretty bad situation surrounded by all these swords. But if they're not like constrained in any way. So if they kind of took out that blindfold, they'd be able to see where they are and walk forward. So maybe they're under some kind of like, some kind of illusion right now. And your pathway where you're heading, we have the 6 of Swords. So that's pretty interesting. So I see you kind of, maybe you have gotten out of this bad situation that you're in that was causing you a lot of anxiety, but you're still kind of carrying that. But you are moving forward, Taurus, so that's good to see. But there's definitely something from your past that you haven't completely gotten rid of here. So we went from 8 swords to 6. So hopefully your outcome is a little bit better. Here with your challenge that you're facing, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So I can see you as kind of being like a little bit slow to work on some kind of project or some kind of goal that you're moving forward on. I see this more as like goal orientated. I don't see this as like a so far it doesn't really seem like a work or school kind of reading. It seems more of like this general goal. It could just be some kind of like relationship or just something that you're working on personally. You're doing some kind of like shadow work right now. I could see you as just kind of being like a little bit slow to render things. You're taking like one step at a time, very carefully. But here as your solution or any guidance here, we have the 3 of Wands. So kind of looking for a new horizon. And as the guidance card here, we have the 7 of Cups. So you could be presented with a lot of opportunities right now. This could be like a lot of people coming into your life to kind of like offer you a little bit of like an out from this situation that seems to have developed in these first 3 cards. And as your outcome, we have the Knight of Swords here. So pretty cool. Yeah, so definitely a connection here between where you're going, where you're at now, or where you came from, where you're going, and then like your outcome here. So your destination is like the Knight of Swords here. So kind of like, normally the Knight of Swords would be all about like heading into something a little bit unprepared, but I don't necessarily see that in this case. I see that there could be some people coming into your life right now that kind of allow you the opportunity to survey these things that you're still carrying with you. You have a lot of emotional baggage right now, Taurus. I see that like something has haunted you in the recent past. You kind of felt locked down. There was some kind of like, there could have been like a real oppression here, but I feel it's more like some kind of illusion. There's something that's like bogging you down that you could get out of very easily. But for some reason, even though you've started to take steps in a different direction, you're still carrying a lot of emotional baggage right now, Taurus. So that's kind of what I see. And I see you moving forward to some kind of new pathway. And with the 7 of Cups here, I'd say that it's a pretty vague idea of like where you're heading. And I think that's why you're being so slow right now, Taurus. I think that you're just being very cautious with moving forward because you're really still haunted by this emotional baggage. You're carrying so much emotional weight right now, Taurus, that it's difficult to make any progress right now. Here as a solution card, we have the 3 of Wands. We have here like the rabbit staring off into into the horizon here, and there's like a boat setting sail. This is all about like kind of being confident in your place and understanding that like you're able to support others and like casting off and going out into the world. You've kind of like experienced a lot and you've seen a lot. This kind of fits with like the Two of Wands card as well, where you have normally like on the deck he's holding like the world in his hand, and he's looking out into like this expanse. So he has like his own like internal conflicts worked out, but he's still looking outward and seeing that there's a larger world to still like kind of like conquer, survey, to learn from. So I kind of see that the same kind of energy here too for you, Taurus. I don't see it as like you have like this confident foundation, you're like sending off other people to work on something. I see this more of like there's a lot of people right now and opportunities coming into your life that could help you kind of resolve this emotional baggage, but you need to take the time to kind of understand their experiences and then find a way to make their experiences kind of work for you. It could be that right now there are people coming into your life who've gone through the similar emotional journey that you've been carrying here. And I say go ahead and like tap into those individuals and harness those experiences that they have. Even if they don't totally fit you, Taurus, they might. Just like a little bit, just enough to give you some kind of courage to move forward on something. I could see you as maybe being bogged down in maybe like an inadequate relationship right now too, especially with the Seven of Cups card here. The Seven of Cups could be all about finding some new kind of opportunity, a new kind of relationship. But again, it's still kind of vague, you know. So if you are kind of in a bad situation right now, maybe with like family members or a negative relationship, I'd kind of look around you right now at like your friends and peers and learn about like what they've done to overcome those things before moving forward. But once you kind of take all those experiences that they've had and kind of like put them together and really survey like how that's going to work for yourself, I can see you moving forward at least with like a lot of energy here. So long as you kind of do all the emotional like shadow work here and kind of work on yourself and learn from others, there's definitely going to become the opportunity to gain a lot more like forward momentum. And that could be, you know, either like breaking up with an individual, breaking off from like family members who are really toxic. That's what this reading is all saying to me. It's about you kind of preparing right now, Taurus. I see you as like you're still carrying a lot of things. You need to prepare for some kind of great change. And the way for you to prepare is to survey others and survey these new opportunities, new people coming into your life. So Taurus, this is coming from somewhere pretty heavy. But so long as you do the work here in the middle in these three cards, you're definitely going to have a great opportunity to move forward on something new, Taurus. So this is a pretty positive reading, at least with like a pretty positive outcome. If this resonated with you, please check out your sun, moon, and rising videos, or just your moon and rising videos. Also, please, it really helps us out if you subscribe and like this video. And thank you so much for joining us.